Welcome to Male Talking Points. This video is going to be a quick article read. This is from Zoosk. What women over 40 do and don't want from their men. This article was last updated in May. After speaking with numerous men in their 40s, I found that the majority of them look at women over 40 in two ways. They either love the fact that they're older and more mature and they know what they want and how to handle the men they're with, or they feel that women over 40 are too old, single for a reason, and most likely difficult to deal with. The truth is, no matter what age, every woman is unique, but women over 40 have definite ideas about dating and what they want from the men they're with. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, as a man in his mid-40s, I fall into the latter of those two type of men. And they need to realize that every man is unique and they have ideas about dating and what they want from the women they're with. So, yeah, I personally fall into the second category of those men. Women over 40 do not want to be compared to younger women. There are many women over the age of 40 that look as if they were 30 and of course always appreciate a compliment about looking great. However, they don't want to be compared to a 20 or 30-year-old. After all, they're 40 and more mature. A woman who is 40 and older is looking at her life saying, where has the time gone? But she's also looking at her age and thinking, I know who I am and what I want. Once again, as a guy in his mid-40s, I am the same way. And quite frankly, I don't know where to get this idea that they're being compared to women in their 20s or 30s. They may be in the same SMB and are having to compete with those women, but I don't think most men are like, wow, you're 40 and I'm going to treat you like a 20-year-old because you look very good for your age. Women over 40 do want romance. Women over 40 still want romance. As a matter of fact, they want it more than at this age than in their 20s or 30s. It's not just about wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. They want to be wooed and they want to feel a connection. Many of these women have full-time careers and are looking for a guy that makes them feel special and appreciated after the workday is over. So right there is the one aspect that these older women just don't seem to understand. What men look for in a woman is, like me, a guy in the mid-40s that fall into that second category, youthfulness and fertility. That is what a guy is looking for. I mean, they say a woman over her 40, yeah, that's true. However, as a guy in my mid-40s, if I start dating a woman in her late 20s who's out of her discovery phase in life, I'll get a woman where I can enjoy her youthfulness and eventually get to this point if she sticks around. So, yeah, and women in their 40s do want romance, but at the same time, their biological clock is running down very quick. And that's part of the romance thing, is their youthfulness are gone and their love turns into a different type of love. It's kind of like the love you get from your mother versus the love you get from your grandma. It's two different things because you, like it says, you change throughout your life. Same thing goes for men as women. I think for men, we get to this point of wanting companionship and someone there when we're in our mid 60s, maybe 70 years old, near the end of our life. Where for a woman, it's when she gets to be about 40 is when she's really thinking about companionship. Women over 40 don't want to play games. Men need to realize, I love how they always start it off. Men need to realize that most women who are dating over the age of 40 are serious about finding that one special guy to spend the rest of their life with. They aren't looking to play games, don't want to waste precious time since they're getting older, and want to settle down. Perhaps these women have been married and divorced and have learned from those relationships and are ready to get it right in the next time. And if they haven't been married, I'm sure they've dated enough to be more in tune to what they do and do not want in a partner. Now, with that being said, we know most women choose the top level guys. They want that top level guy. And it's interesting, this paragraph here is very interesting in the fact that a guy, especially an older guy, is going to bet a woman very seriously. Because he too could have been married, divorced, been through the family court system, and probably most likely has been burned. Now, playing games, that sounds like they're either chasing the Chad or Tyrone, or they're expecting a quick relationship for a relationship to quickly come together, and the guy's trying to bet them. I don't think, there's probably guys out there playing games, but there's probably a lot of beta guys that these women will eventually have to settle for, who will be like, man, this woman is clingy. She's clingy. And unlike a alpha or Tyrone, who will, be more likely to hit it and forget it, a beta male guy who may actually care about not hurting her feelings will be more likely just to ghost her because she'll be coming off as clingy. Because, like they said, they know their time is valuable. They themselves know that their biological clock is running out. But when you say it as a guy, all of a sudden you're a misogynist or whatever. I think it's funny how when a guy says exactly how she knows where she's at in life. She knows she's at the end of her time to have children and a family. But if you point this out as a guy, which is the truth, and she knows the truth, you're the bad guy here. Women over 40 do want someone in their age demographic. A man over the age of 40 may be looking for someone younger, but what he should take into consideration is that women the same age as him are the ones that he can relate to, since they share a common demographic. They've experienced the same music, movies, politics, social experiences, life lessons, and more. These are the women who are interested in him and who could be a great partner for him. It's frustrating to see a man over 40 trying to pick up women in a club filled with millennials. Often he doesn't speak their language, doesn't understand their music, or see life in the same way they do. He appears as if he's trying to recapture his youth or just wants some young arm candy. Now, in this statement here, it's funny. A man over the age of 40, and we have all this in common. Well, that's kind of funny. Why, when I was attracted to you when we were in our 20s and we had all this in common, you didn't want to date me. You wanted the guy in his 30s or 40s who was older, had a cool car, whatnot. And now that you're alone in your 40s, you're trying to make guys that are the same age as you're trying to shame them for being exactly the same men that you dated 15 years ago. I find that very interesting how they play that little game right there. And then they try to, make the guy feel like a piece of crap because, now, I'm saying one thing I can say is, yeah, if you're an older guy going into clubs looking for younger women, hey, if that's your thing, yeah, I could look a little tacky, but you know what? That guy can do that. He's the guy that these women dated 15 years ago. And it comes down to the fact that they know where they stand. They're 40. They know exactly where they are in life, and all the mistakes or whatever where life has brought them, they're where they're at. And there's nothing they can do other than making the guy, degrading the guy because he simply wants basically what the guy she dated 15 years ago wanted. A nice, youthful young woman. Let's finish this here. Men have their own preference as to which age bracket of women they're looking to date. We all go through different stages in life, but just remember, as women age, they become wiser and also become finer, like a good wine. Now, we all know, we all have our theories on that. I'm just going to stay right. I'm not going to say much more about that. I'm going to be nice and just not say nothing at all. But I like how a lot of these women this age, um, one thing where they bring up, like here, many of these women have full-time careers. A woman, no guy wants a woman who's a bum, you know. In today's society, you need two people in the workforce, and that's how it goes. But you know, many of these women have full-time careers and are looking for that guy to make them feel special and appreciated when the workday is over. Well, will you be able to give me the same thing in return? Because that's basically what a guy wants. It's interesting that since the 1970s, when the movement started, a lot of these women's desires, when you read their profiles, they sound more like men. So anyway, guys, that's what I'm just going to leave it at that. That's what women over 40 do and do not want. You can be one of these guys in the first demographic that I don't fall into. If you've been single all your life, you can get a woman who's really mature with a job, who knows what she wants, and you maybe get like 3 or 4 years of good bedroom fun before it just fades away. But at least you'll know what she wants. Are you what she wants? Or hopefully if you are one of these guys that choose to settle down with these women, hopefully you are what she wants and not what she has settled for. So anyway, that is the read of what women over 40 do and do not want from their men. Until next time, guys, see you later. This is Male Talking Points.